Justin Trudeau inherited the housing crisis in Canada. There was already a major housing crisis in Canada. Affordability was already out the window in Canada before Trudeau. Sorry, new YouTube influencers that just showed up a couple of years ago to tell us how bad Justin Trudeau's Canada is and how bad he's made it and this housing crisis he's created. Well, we got ourselves a problem. Looking through it historically and trying to figure out and connect the dots, it's becoming more and plain to see that the controlled information distribution, CID, we've been talking about on this channel is becoming more and more prevalent. More and more historical videos and more historical discussion pieces and opinion pieces are being destroyed and removed from the public site. Why? Well, something piqued my interest. I'm down to 3 videos from 2013 on my channel. They removed a few months back. Canadian housing market is dangerously propping Canada's GDP. That video was posted on March 2013, was taken down for medical misinformation. Walking Vancouver abandoned streets due to money laundering, empty homes, vacant communities, April 2013. So I take these videos that were taken down for medical misinformation and I try to figure out why. Because the timing is everything. The timing is absolutely everything. So now you got all these Rumble heroes, Twitter stars, new YouTube influencers that showed up a year ago that are getting 1 million views per video but no one's ever heard of before, are coming out and telling people how Trudeau is destroying the Canadian housing market and Trudeau is this and Trudeau is that. He attributed to it, but he inherited it. Now, that was kind of a little bit of a flag for me. When those specific videos get taken down, especially from 2013, 2012, go back to the channel, pay really close attention to this, folks. 2012, 2 videos left. 2013, 3 videos left now. We're down to 3 videos now. I think it's been at 3 videos for a while, but I just started to take notice on certain things. 2014. By the end of 2014, I had 1,800 videos up. Most of it pertaining to money laundering, housing, gold, silver, inflation, all kinds of stuff. Now pay close attention. Trudeau came into power in 2015. So the videos that discuss certain things are 2015 onwards. But you go back to 2014, 2013, you don't see a damn housing video. You don't see anything discussing inflation, the cost of food, gold and silver, fluoride in the water, like everything we've talked about, political angles, Antarctica, it was global warming at the time. All that stuff we talked about. There's not a damn thing here. Pre-2015. Now, connecting the dots, I kind of started to dig a bit. And I found a file folder on a external hard drive, by the way, brought from the house. And I had in the file folder the folder was called Completed Videos. So I went in and I found several links in housing, inflation, money laundering, all the different file folders. And lo and behold, I found several links of videos that we did pre-Justin Trudeau. And I'm starting to see how this is starting to come together and figuring this out. So one that I remember doing this one very specifically. I remember this one like it was yesterday. Harper dismisses reports of Canadian housing bubble. And that was in 2014. But I remember reading it when it was updated in September 24. I remember this, and I remember reading the updated one. I never caught the first draft. And basically, Prime Minister Stephen Harper says Canada is not facing a housing crisis, despite analyst fears that the market may be on the verge of a serious decline. So this is when the housing market should have been taking a correction because housing was already 8 to 10 times the annual income in Canada, or 14 times. Because the Vancouver model was put in place in 2010 during the 2010 Olympics, they were encouraging money launderers to bring in their money and basically park it into Canada. And this is from the Globe and Mail. Why Canadian homes are more unaffordable than ever. This was November 25th, 2013. And we covered this one too. Low interest rates are a form of economic junk food. That was a really good one. But do you remember what we said about that? That is the Frankenstein monster that they're created. The banks and governments created these low interest rates. That is the Frankenstein monster, right? The Globe and Mail likes to call it economic junk food. And it's true in the housing market where low rates have glossed over the striking decline in affordability in the past 2 decades. A sustainably strong housing market is based on fundamentals like a reasonable match between growth and incomes. Remember, incomes need to be tied. Wages need to be tied to housing prices, right? And home prices, not the economic equivalent of fat and salt. So that's what they're adding to it, right? So it goes to back in 97, the average house price in Canada of $154,000 was about 4.9 times the average pre-tax annual income of $31,484 of an individual with a full-time job. For the year through July 31st, the average price of $379.72 puts houses at the 7.8 times income at $48,000. All figures in current dollars. All figures are in current dollars. So we read this, we went through this, we discussed this, and from the Globe and Mail. And another link I found was this one. High BC housing costs weaken economy, drive inequality. While owners sit on wealth, many struggle to find homes they can afford. Fifth in the series. So this is a series that was going on, and I remember this because of this. Where was it? Hold on. People are waiting 18 years on a wait list. Ownership is even more expensive. Right here. Affordability is a key issue, notably in Metro Vancouver area, and risks driving away talented individuals. That's the brain drain we were talking about, who could contribute economically, it said. This growing economic divergence undermines the productivity, increases household debt, reduces the tax base to pay for government services, right? And puts the brakes on consumer consumption as driver of growth, which is... Anyways... The housing crisis is a major driver of inequality. In Vancouver, nearly half of households pay more than 30% of their income for housing. That level, that's considered affordable. So, and then it goes into going into percentages and people waiting 18 years on a wait list for affordable housing. And I remember this one. And this one too. Who remembers this one? This was from, I think I read the original post on November 25th, 2013. Toronto's hot market, it's completely unreasonable what people are paying for homes right now. So remember, guys, this is all pre-Trudeau. And look at the pricing of housing, how it's completely going off the rails. And it goes into saying, there was a key point here I remember reading. They looked at 60 houses, can't find a house. And we're seeing people pay $150,000 to $200,000 over a reasonably listed home. So you're starting to see people overbidding. And in the areas had been hoping to raise their 1-year-old's daughter, $1 million might get us a small detached home or semi. So small detached home semi. I want to go to the point right here. Here it is, folks. I know I could find it for you. If you go into an $800,000 mortgage and the rates go up by 2 points, you're screwed. There it is. I kept warning people that rates were going to have to go up to hedge against inflation. At the beginning of 2005, the median home price in Toronto were about 4 times the median average household salary. 4 times. That's what it's supposed to be. That figure has widened considerably. A medium home of all types cost close to 7 times a Toronto household's median income. Now it's like 20, 30, 40 times the annual income because you got to factor in taxation, you got to factor in all the costs of owning a home, and what you're left with is very minuscule, right? So that goes to show that we already had a major housing issue before Trudeau even took even took the reins of the destruction, following more destruction of Canada. And there was more links. I just picked up a few of the links to show you guys. We made independent videos about these situations that are happening in the housing market. And unfortunately, for some reason, they don't want people talking about anything housing crisis pre-Trudeau. Now, I'm starting to find out why more and more of my stuff is being removed and being shadow banned. No one could find me. Somebody makes the same video I made 10 years ago today and gets 1 million views. But if people listened or maybe questioned or maybe argued what I said 10 years ago, we might not be in this problem today. But unfortunately, it's all the sensationalizing of headlines and misdirection. And all we have, where we are losing videos almost every day. So you type in empty streets on our channel, you get Vancouver is dying, 200K homes going for millions. Walking Vancouver empty streets. So regular homes that should be $200,000 are selling for millions. Money laundering via let me just refresh this here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm getting it's okay, it's not moving. It's not moving. I think I froze that. All right, let's go to the next slide. This one's going. All right, let's just refresh this here. There we go. GDP. Major debt passes 80% of GDP. And again, they're using housing. Major tax hikes ahead. Major exodus ahead. Canada's GDP is flat, right? But real estate outperforms mass exodus of youth from Canadian cities. World banking sector headed off a cliff. Major Canadian inflation debt passed 76% of GDP. And mass inflation to hit by 2022. Tax hikes ahead. So countries using housing to prop GDP market. So this is years and years ago we've been talking about this, trying to wake people up and going to this. And Chinese millionaires using backdoor into Canada help fake housing market. Rest in peace, middle class. China buying up Canada. And we go into Pierre Poilievre. Everyone's saying he's going to save the day. And we've been telling you guys, Pierre Poilievre can't save Canada. Wake up. They are all part of the same team. Pierre Poilievre can't save you. Too much laundered money. Massive public sector taxation. 2 years, 8 months ago. Heel versus face. It's all a lie. Justin Trudeau versus Pierre Poilievre. Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. So, there it is. I kind of wanted to put this out there, folks, for you guys, to get you guys to see what is happening. And my computer's starting to freeze up here. Give me a sec. It's not even opening. Okay, well, it looks like I got a virus of some sorts. Must have been one of those older links I opened. They want to keep people away from knowing certain things or learning, going into historical data. Justin Trudeau inherited the housing crisis in Canada, right? And he has to continue, obviously, doubling and tripling down. It's going to have to become a lot worse before it gets any better. But it's gotten so worse that it's a bubble, on another bubble, on a side bubble, on a quarter side bubble, on a deck of a ship in the Gibraltar. That's how bad it is, the bubble. That's how bad the bubble and the bubble and the bubble and the side bubble and the front bubble on a ship on the Gibraltar sailing. That's how bad it is. And I think it's going to... I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. But I'm trying to make sense of this for you guys. Justin Trudeau and all these new internet influencers, all these new YouTube influencers that I just showed up and I'm going to make a channel and make money, and they are. Good for you. Post-dicting, sensationalizing headlines, post-COVID, good for you. And warning people about what we've already known before. Good job. Same thing on Rumble Heroes, Twitter stars, everywhere. I don't understand. The problem could have been fixed when it was being reported in the news right there. Years ago. Anyways, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.